7 cents. All of us are made out of the same cheap stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can put it on his knee and ordain it elder.
Yeah.
It still does.
Amen.
You can stand it up to preach
Yeah.
and call it doctor.
All right.
And it is still doctor dust.
All right.
And about the biggest thing most of us do all year long is try to keep our dust down.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You do anything we don't like, and we will show you our dust.
All right. Go ahead.
Cheap stuff.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it strange that one pile of dust will call itself
All right.
not speaking to another pile? Will call itself better than another dusty pile. Everything house in order, for thou shalt live and not die. And when you live in another man's house, and the Bible says God is the landlord. This is where we live. When you look at me,
All right.
and I look at you, you don't really see me.
All right.
And what you see is a house
All right.
I live in.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
And that is why it is easy for me to fool you. I can skin and grin
Yes, sir.
from my front porch, and you think I like you.
Come on.
But back in the kitchen, I hate your guts. This is where I live. I am imprisoned by this earth suit.
Yes, sir.
It came from the dust, and one day it must pay off the mortgage
All right.
that the earth holds on it.
Yes, sir.
It has got to go back to the dust. But in the meantime, while I live in this other man's house,
Yes, sir.
I have got to understand my relationship with him.
Amen.
The first thing I must understand is, as a tenant, the landlord has the right to egress and ingress over his own property.
Yes, sir.
That means he has the right to come in and go out and investigate his house anytime he gets ready.
All right.
And so David says, I won't wait until the Lord comes.
All right.
I will ask him,
Go ahead now.
search me,
Yes, all right.
O God, and see if there be any evil in me.
That's right.
Am I a preacher of brotherly love?
All right.
Do I understand that I am not in competition with other Christians?
That's right. Amen.
I may be serving in a different battalion,
All right.
like the Usher Boys,
All right.
but we are all serving under the same chief.
Yes, sir.
Call the landlord. When you are filled with jealousy,
Lord have mercy.
and when you are cocaine by envy,
Yeah.
and when you camouflage your true feeling by three-piece suit,
Yes, sir.
and you want what somebody else has,
Lord have mercy.
you better call the landlord and ask him
Yeah.
to search me
Search.
and try me
Yes, Lord.
and see if there be any evil.
Come on now.
That's right.
Secondly, you have got to understand that when you are living in another man's house,
Go ahead now. Right, come on.
you have got to pay some rent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unless you have some strange arrangement with the landlord. You pay rent according to how you take the house.
Yes, sir.
If you lease the house by the month, you pay by the month.
Yes, sir.
If you lease the house by the year, you pay by the year.
Amen.
But we live in these houses, moment by moment. And you have got to keep track of your rent. The lease to this house is found in the book of Exodus.
Right.
And you don't have to ask anybody. You can read the lease for yourself and determine whether you are behind in your rent or not. It simply says, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon thy land which thy Lord thy God giveth thee. Hear me if you're a young child. Honor thy mother and thy father, and the days will be long.
That's right.
A lot of children leave home, never even call back to see how mama is doing. I used to go to the barber shop in Somerville, used to be packed full.
All right.
And when I go in there, this old lady, I don't even know who she was. She might be, I know she probably is dead now. She would come in there and have to pick a loaf next door in Miss Hankins' place, a little restaurant. And she would play one song every Saturday. Lord, where is my child? And I said, why she playing so much? They said she got a son who left home about 30 years ago. She don't know where he is. And it's a sad thing. I want you to hear it now. For you to forget who mama and daddy is. Mama was the one who put diapers on you when you didn't know who you were. Mama is the one who stayed up all night long until you came home. I don't care how late I got home, slipping in the house, turning the key softly, and tiptoeing to my bedroom. My mother would tell me at that time I got home that night, love your mother, love your father. Now some mamas ain't that good, but they still mama. The Holy Ghost. I'll preach after a while. I've had mothers come to me crying about their children. I spent time in Moscona jail to see children who were locked up, and mama told me about it. Acting bad, acting crazy. But yet, I went to visit them. And I said this on my remarks Friday night. I can't understand it. Every time one of our children or old men go to jail, and while they're in jail, they say they found the Lord. But when they come out, they don't even come to church. They say that, I guess, so they can get some reduced time. A lot of women have come to my office and say, Reverend, I'm looking for a man. I want a husband, I want a boyfriend. I said, baby, I can get you one, ain't no problem. I said, you meet me tomorrow and we'll go down to Lipa. Over to McDougal. That's where all the brothers are. And I can get you a husband out of there. I said, but Red, what did he do? I said, I think he was an axe killer. But if you love him right, big guy, I'm going to leave you a message you and they need not laugh. I never was no matchmaker, never tried to be no matchmaker. But the majority of our young men, black men, are in jail. Things have changed since I was a boy. But they still lock you up. I can be beside a white boy. He can steal a $40,000 ring out of a jewelry store. I can steal a bar of candy. I'll get 10 years and he'll slap him on his wrist and send him home. Don't forget that. On the other night, as I told you, we were looking for a church. And years ago, I could have knocked on any door, but I saw a lot of white folk. And y'all heard about stand your ground. And I'd have knocked on one of them doors, they'd have came out there and shot me and said, I'm standing my ground. He was trying to get in here. So you have to watch yourself. Things are not equal. So you have to remember that. The lease to this house is found in the book which I told you. Thou shalt not kill with a gun, a knife, or a tongue.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not commit adultery, no time. Thou shalt not steal, no time. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor at all. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. And when you read this lease, you will discover that almost all of us are behind on our rent. Can I get a witness? You are singing in the choir. Good, y'all move them up here. Now you are singing in the choir. And you are preaching on Sunday morning. And you are trusting. You are ushering and membering. But how do you stand with the lease? And when we get behind in our rent, we cop an attitude. We take on a different personality. If anybody knock on the door, we send somebody else to answer it. And we usually say, tell them, I am not home. But this landlord, if you live in another man's house and paying rent, you need to ask him to make all the repair. It is his house. I say it is his house. He made the house. He built the house. He paid for the house. And he has the divine ability and the divine resources to keep up the house. So when the sales get weak, call the landlord. When the steps get weak, call the landlord. And when it leaks in the building, you can't remember rooms you just left out of. it's time to call the landlord.
Yeah, go ahead.
And when you have to cry all night long, call the landlord.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And when your burdens
Hallelujah.
get heavy,
Go ahead.
call the landlord. If the plumbing ain't working right,
Lord, have mercy.
Yes, sir.
call the landlord.
That's right.
If the electrical system has gone haywire,
Yeah.
call the landlord.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Set thine house in order,
That's right.
for they shall die, thou shalt die,
That's right.
and not live. Now, Reverend Isaiah, if you act right, this is your great opportunity.
Come on.
The king is sick,
Yeah.
Come on.
and the king here is sick. There is a sickness in the land.
Yeah.
Sick, Sister Haley, in the state house.
Yeah.
Sick
Yeah.
in the
Go
schoolhouse.
ahead. Talk about it, guys.
Sick
Yeah.
in the church house. And sick
Sing.
in your house.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you are sick and suffering from a little migraine headache, a prayer cloth might do. And if you are sick from an ingrown toenail, a blessing plant
Yeah.
might suffice.
Come on.
But when you are sick unto death, you call the prophet.
Yeah.
Now, if Isaiah act right, he's going in to counsel with the man who owns the treasure.
All right. Come on.
This is not a trustee sitting. This is a king that is sitting.
All right.
This is more than the chairman of the administrative board said.
Yeah.
This is the king sick. And if Reverend Isaiah handles this right,
All right. Come on.
if he consult his public relation firm, he might come out with enough money to underwrite the cause of the Isaiah crusade.
Yes, sir.
Now, Reverend Isaiah, watch yourself now. Don't act like you don't have good training. Be sensible.
Yeah.
You are going to talk to the king.
Come on.
Tell him what he wants to hear and ease out with a fat check.
Yeah.
But that is the trouble with this world. There is something worse a church can have. Worse than not enough money.
Come on. Come on.
There is something a church can have worse than not enough people
Go ahead.
to fill the pews. There is something worse a church can have than not a good singing choir. That worst thing a church can have is a scared preacher.
Yes.
And there are too many scared preachers.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
A scared preacher. Scared of the trustees. He's scared of the musicians.
Lord.
Yes.
He's scared of the choir. And he's scared of the youth.
Yeah.
People that were in my church, if they were poor, I knew they were poor, they didn't have no money. They gave about $1, half a dollar on Sunday. They didn't have anything.
All right. All right.
Those are people I let say most anything. I just listen to them. But if one person in my church had money, everybody in the neighborhood know they had money. You had to watch yourself, brother, when you come to me.
Come on.
Don't demand
All right.
that I got to do something. Everybody got a little money now.
Yeah.
When I was a boy, just a few people had money. But everybody got a few dollars now.
Yes, sir.
So don't come to me thinking that because you got money, you gonna make me do something you want me to do. You hear what I'm telling you? Your man don't worry me, I got a little bit. That's why I don't let you scare me. You understand what I'm saying? You don't scare me and tell me how to run the church because you got a few dollars.
All right, you better talk about that.
You can't take it with you. Especially you all crippled up. You carry me long. And you think I'm a junk. And somebody say you got money. That don't bother me at all. And I tell them I got a few dollars. I got it from the Lord. The Lord gave it to me. One Sunday I preached the sermon, and I made sure I had about $1,000 in my pocket.
All right, now, come on.
And I walked around and dropped money on the floor. I said, that's how your money will leave you if you don't pay in the church.